Good morning. My name is Minister Clarence Montgomery, and I'd like to thank the leadership for inviting me this morning to give a testimony on the work of the UCC grant and the testimonies of those parents, those children, and the community that were very positively impacted by those resources. I'd also like to thank my pastor, Dr. F.L. Crothers of New Covenant Baptist Church, for excusing me this morning. And I also like to thank all of those whose prayers activate action. God works in the decisions that we make. And the decision to help the families at Hopkins Lloyd Community School has had far-reaching effects. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. My work there is a community school organizer or resource specialist. And those resources help me. The UCC grant helped me help the school in solidifying and bringing a lot more community relationships to the school. Examples include we had a resource fair where more than 200 vendors and families participated. You usually don't find things that we were able to get in the school at your usual resource fairs. We were able to conduct free mammograms for all the women, all the mothers, grandmothers that came into the school. We had employers from U.S. Cellular. We had Outpost Foods. We had many that wanted to help the school and the community. We even were able to secure some jobs. A couple of the examples that I want to talk about was, and you might have read this, we had one mother who was going through some real challenging times. She had her kids taken away from her, her two youngest children. She also had her house broken into 3 times, and during the time I knew her. And this was all during a time when she was trying to keep her child, her other child, I think her child was in 2nd grade, keep her in school regularly. She was very challenged in a lot of different areas, from medical assistance, clinical support, as well as housing support. Those resources helped her get a job. She was actually one of the few parents during the resource fair that stayed, filled out an application, impressed the employer so much that he offered her a job on the spot. Another example was a father who had I think his son was in 1st grade. And he was challenged because his wife was working, but it wasn't enough for the family. As I'm sure many can attest to, one income nowadays is just not enough. And he was looking and looking and looking, trying to get in school, trying to get a job, trying to do both. This summer, this relationship with this father stretched not just during the school year, but stretched well into the summer. He called me up at 2:30 in the morning and told me he had a job. Now, his challenges included transportation, because Waukesha was a very far distance from where he lived. But through working with him and giving him support and information related to bus routes, times, encouraging him, he was able to secure the job, and he's still there today. Your resources helped. The UCC grant was tremendous. It was a bridge from what parents and families in the community didn't have, or even more importantly, didn't know. The Bible says we perish for lack of knowledge. And in this particular instance, this community school is truly that. They needed the knowledge, the relationships, the support that is building capacity at the school as we speak. I'm there now for the 2nd year, looking again for support. Efforts that we're trying to initiate include a walking school bus, if I can speak on it now. It includes where we go and affect and impact children, that are being tardy at a rate of 35 to 60 children a day are tardy for school and or absent. I don't have to tell a teacher in here that tardiness and absenteeism affects the child's learning. But a lot of parents, because of the struggles that they're enduring, it comes down and it affects their children. Walking school buses, where we're going to organize parents, older adults, those that are available to go to the homes of those children that are tardy or absent on a regular basis. Share with them packets, information packets. Maybe they're absent because they didn't have electricity, or there wasn't food, or there was closing. Whatever issues that household faces, we as a community are charged, are commanded to bridge that gap and share those needs, share those resources. Walking school bus will go to the homes of those children that are challenged on a daily basis. Walk them to school. We intend to impact 65 children a day to at the very least 5, 10 a day. That is our charge. You will get more information about that, as I'm sure. We also encourage you to help us with tutoring. I understand this church is very, very, very involved in tutoring schools. Hopkins Lloyd could definitely use your resources, and more importantly, your relationship. We want to thank you. I want to thank you. I want to encourage you that your support for Hopkins Lloyd Community School will stretch not just this school year, but beyond. We appreciate your prayers. Your prayers activated action. God worked in the decisions that you made. Thank you.